Welcome to the Trading Psychology and Mindset Show. I'm Ash Playstead, your host. I'm an avid student of human nature and I'm also an active trader who's been trading for the past 25 years. This podcast is all about training the mind we bring to trading into the mind we need for long-term trading success. In this episode, I'm going to talk about the alpha trap, one of trading's great paradoxes. Trading attracts a lot of alphas, people that have found success through willpower, effort, determination, and that winning mindset in other parts of life, and they bring it to trading, and all of a sudden find out it doesn't work. So let's dive into this episode. Calling all alphas out there. If you have figured out that you're an alpha and what you're doing has not and is not working, this episode is for you. Now, I understand that it is hard for the alpha to change his or her ways, as it's always produced success in the past. And as I said, I would define an alpha as any person, male or female, who has had success in some other part of life through a winning mindset and not losing, not giving up, absolute determination and forcing their will onto whatever it is they're doing, which has produced great success. But this is not so in trading. It's very different. And this is the paradox of trading, which we will talk about in this episode. So you want to make money by winning, right? Yet those who win consistently in trading do not trade to win. They trade to perform. It sounds paradoxical. You come to trading to win, and yet those who win are those that don't trade to win. It is in consistent performance that the edge your system gives you in the markets can work in your favor. But the moment your mind turns from performance to winning and not losing, bad things happen to your performance mind and consequently your P&L. So winning or losing for that matter has to be rethought. And alphas, people who focus their competitiveness on winning, on making things happen and controlling the outcome, they've usually done very well in other areas of their lives by performing with that winning mindset. And when they come to trading, based on their own proven history, they believe they will learn how to win in trading because it's just another business to master. They have confidence, they know how to win, and they're going to make it happen. And they crush it in paper trading. They are ready. They've learned their system and they're ready to take it to the next level. Then, when they move to trading live with real money on the line to an uncertain outcome, their winning mindset blows them up again and again and again. So, why is this so? Well, simply stated, the winning mindset they bring is not the mindset they need. The mind required for success in the environment of the markets is very different from the mind required for success in business or corporate or sport, many sports. So, for a long time, the alpha does not recognize this. To them, it's business as usual, but their trading account is telling them a different story. And it's this alternative story that we want to put a spotlight on in this episode. So, what does it take for the alpha to learn, with his or her winning and competitive mindset, that their mindset does not work in trading? And even more, what does it take to develop the trading mindset that gives them the edge in probabilities? So, this episode, I want to dig down into an alpha trader's mindset to reveal what has to happen for the alpha to reclaim their winning ways in trading. We'll take it deeper still beyond that and explore the notions of winning and losing. In trading, your whole concept of winning and losing has to change, period. The goal here is to show you, the alpha, how to make the necessary changes to transform your alpha winning mind into the consistently profitable and probability based mind. So I'll give you a quote here. This was sent to me some time ago by a trader I had started working with. And he said, To quote, I know how to trade, I have a plan, and if I followed it, I would be doing very well indeed. I know what to do. It's just that I can't do what I'm supposed to do when the money is real. I do exactly what I know better than to do until something takes over my mind and I throw away my plan. Something takes over me, and then I see clearly, in hindsight, that I became crazed and started gambling. And when the smoke clears, I am just bewildered. I don't understand what's happening to me. Help! Unquote. So let's refer to mindfulness. Opening your shut eyes to what is really going on in your head. And I'll quote Albert Einstein here. Albert Einstein once quipped that insanity was when you keep doing the same thing over and over again while expecting a different result. Now, actually, I don't believe that. Einstein was wrong. That's not the definition of insanity, certainly not in the trading world. It's the definition of the norm. The norm is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. Traders come to me all the time and reveal their secret, that they keep making the same mistake over and over again. And they cannot stop themselves from falling into this trap. And it's costing them a packet. It's a real revelation to them that it's normal for traders, particularly for alphas who are possessed to win at all costs, to fall into a compulsion to act as they are waiting for setups to appear and warm up. This is where it gets really, really interesting. So the priming for an emotional hijacking is already underway for these alphas, even before they bring up their charts and begin looking for setups. Now, notice also that they are actively looking for setups rather than waiting patiently for them to appear. So at the get-go, they are stalking rather than mindfully waiting for the markets to give them something. Can you see the difference? I hope you see the distinction. So if you are an alpha wanting to win and not lose, you might not see this distinction. So let's go further. And what do you think the alpha's mind is focused on here? Their goal is to make money. And you have to be trading to make money, right? So sitting around getting bored is a wasted opportunity for the alpha. And so the first big mistake has already been made right there. So the alpha's goal is to make money, which he or she has absolutely no control over. They cannot force the markets into an outcome because of willpower or winning ways, and yet they think they can. So the one thing that an alpha does have control over, which we know if you've watched any of my episodes, is the mind that he brings into the moment of performance gets ignored. So the question is why? Well, I believe it's because he believes that he has already got the winning mindset, which is proven by his past successes before trading. He believes that his mindset, so useful and successful in the past, is his ticket to success in trading. Now, unfortunately for him, the mindset required for success in trading is very different from the mindset he used to achieve success in other fields. If anyone had told him that, he wouldn't have listened anyway. So the mindset required for success in trading is performance driven. It is how well you perform your proven edge over time. So our alpha trader here is not thinking about how well he performs over time. Rather, he is thinking about making money today, now. His focus is on something that he cannot control. He wakes up in the morning saying to himself, today's a good day. Today I'm going to make some money. And you can see how that's already taking him down the wrong path. And he is blind to the need to perform well over time because his mind is focused on making money now. He's already primed for losing, and he has no clue that he has set himself up for failure already in this approach to trading performance. So let's talk further about this downhill slide. It's very instructive, I think. So next up, this alpha winning mindset begins looking for, rather than patiently waiting for, setups from his plan, that within his plan. So he's looking for them. So what if they don't come soon and he just sits there? In the background of his mind, a little voice is whispering, You've got to be doing something to make money. It's like a little invisible mantra going on in his head. So, somewhere between 2 minutes and 5 minutes, our alpha trader gets bored. And what does he do with that boredom? He starts checking other possibilities while he is waiting for a setup that fits his plan. This checking behavior is the precipitating factor. He is no longer waiting patiently for setups within his plan to appear. Now he is perusing, which really is stalking, actually, other opportunities while he deludes himself into believing that he is just occupying his mind while he waits. And if you're watching this episode or listening to it, I challenge you to ask yourself if that's you. The truth is, his mind is already on the hunt. His focus has drifted from his established plan, the one that gives him an edge, to an urgency to escape boredom. He has lost patience, which is an essential skill of a trader. So, whatever your mind is focused on, you can bet that becomes the direction you start perusing. Now, in this case, he's already hunted down a trade possibility that would allow him to start trading so that, in the alpha's logic, he can start making money. And that is the object of trading, right? That's what the alpha believes. By this time, his mind is far from the mindset needed to produce success in trading. He's a stalking hunter, like a lion, rather than an ambush predator, like a jaguar, for example. Both of these animals are apex predators, but the lion stalks and chases and sustains massive wounds, whilst the jaguar waits patiently up on the bough of a tree and ambushes whatever the forest will give it, and very rarely sustains wounds because they tend to walk away if they don't make the kill quickly. However, our alpha trader has already taken the bait. In his stalking alpha mind, he sees something, he sees an opportunity, but he must act fast. So an urgency seizes him. Get in now, there's money to be made. He gets in the trade because of the urgency to act before the opportunity gets away, and because he was bored and wanted to make money. So, what's the difference? The difference was understanding the difference between boredom versus patience. The alpha trader created a story in his own mind about needing to do something to make money, which historically he's had to do in the past and which has brought him great success. And that led him to let his mind drift from his plan that he had developed to where he improvised. How many of you have done that? And in doing so, boom, right there, he fell into the mindset that got him into trouble. So, this is where we want to now talk about the trading mind versus the alpha mind. So, there's nothing wrong. Let me say this, there's nothing wrong with the alpha's mindset. Before trading, it served him very well. It produced success for him by winning and not losing. Yet, as good as it was in the old environment, it's a really bad fit for the environment of trading. In the trading environment, the trader has no control over outcome. He does not control winning or losing, and you do not force things, i.e., stalking. Instead, you patiently wait for probability relative to you. It's nothing to get excited about. You did not make it happen. You let it happen. I'll repeat that for you alphas. You did not make it happen. You let it happen. That is all. In trading, as opposed to business, you also have to become an expert loser. And this is one that I've had quite a few animated discussions with people over the years. No one likes losing. However, in trading, you need to become very, very good at it, which a lot of people find very, very hard to process. Hating to lose has no place in trading. Most likely, you will do more losing than winning. And this is one of the great breakthroughs in trading is you don't have to win every trade to win overall. But let's move on. It is the skill of losing that has to be grown so it replaces the imperative not to lose. And losing simply means that you landed on the wrong side of probability relative to you and your system. That's all. There's no genius to it. It's just one side or the other. And then you combine that with the right risk reward ratio, and there you have a trading system that should generate a profit. No hating to lose is required. The more you hate to lose, the greater are your losses. The skill of losing is what keeps your losses small. And the trader's skill of winning allows him or her not to get that big head euphoria that can lead to overconfidence when he or she does win. These are the skills that are imperative for the alpha. And look, really anybody else, but particularly alphas, to develop. New ways of understanding winning and losing have to be redefined, or your primitive caveman brain will continue to tilt when the trader experiences winning or losing. So, that euphoria of winning and that fear of losing have no business being part of your mindset when you are trading. Have a think about that. There is only disciplined impartiality. That is the only mindset that's of value. Disciplined impartiality. Now, fortunately, an old dog, the alpha trader, can learn new tricks. It takes work, okay? It takes work to change the alpha's standard and familiar pattern of being in the world and seeing the world. The alpha pattern, winning and not losing because of success in the past, it will not go away willingly. Instead, you have to decide if you really want to create the mindset built for the conditions of success in trading. Now, this alpha mind was developed by our early ancestors, right? From an evolutionary perspective, it was very successful because it produced short-term survival, which allowed our species to prosper on the planet. And it became locked in and coded in, and it gets projected forward through the generations to the current time. And it was so successful that, as I said, its potential got wired into our human genome as a trait. We all carry this trait, and it's useful in many parts of life. But that's not the world a trader now lives in, right? Where the need for short-term survival is the overriding factor. The world of trading requires a focus on long-term success via dealing with probability. Trading represents, in fact, the worst nightmare imaginable for the brain you bring to trading. Just have a think about it. To be successful in trading represents the worst nightmare for the evolutionary brain that we bring to trading because there's no control over outcome. So ultimately, it comes down to this, right? Do you love trading enough to change yourself from the inside out? It's the kind of passion that drives the alpha to adapt his skills from an old world to this new world of embracing uncertainty. Now, this is the journey into self-mastery trading forces you to consider, or you will continue that roller coaster ride called undisciplined trading until such time as you run out of capital and or you give up on your trading dreams. And I don't want that for you. Okay, now I hope you've found value, insight, and a path forward in this episode, whether you consider yourself an alpha or not. I look forward to seeing you on the next episode of the Trading Psychology and Mindset Show.